We're going to do a 8-card spread to see what the month of February has in store. Of course, if you do want to see future readings, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss a beat. Oh, any information that you also may be looking for if you want to book a personal session with me, that will be in the description box as well. And make sure you guys hit the like button so that you can let me know if you resonated and see future readings from me. The algorithm, for some reason, appreciates when you guys hit the like button. All right, Geminis, the theme of the month, we have the Queen of Cups. And clarifying that, we have the Strength card. Okay, so the theme of this month is centered around you doing what you want to do finally. Okay, the Queen of Cups talks about like a deep desire, a deep feeling. It also does talk about being deeply connected to your intuition, to your emotions, and also other people's emotions. Be careful this month when it comes to being like super sensitive to how other people feel and being able to pick it up and making sure that you're not adopting other people's emotions as your own, okay? Especially if you do have certain people around you who you care about who are going through things, and maybe they're telling you, maybe they're expressing what's going on and it's affecting you, or you know, certain family members that are going through things, maybe you're feeling their feelings, or even a love partner. But you could be extremely tapped into, like I said, your intuition. When it comes to my creatives, you could be finding yourself just really inspired to do things a little bit differently around your creative endeavors and just taking it more serious, okay? Also with the Strength card, this does talk about a level of confidence that you're tapping into where maybe you were just kind of questioning yourself before, but what you have in this effort attitude this month where you're like, you know what, I'm just going to do what I love to do and just take that in consideration. That's giving you that dose of confidence. That's giving you that push. I also see there could be something significant with a Leo, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio during this month as well. Okay, so what's going on with my Geminis in terms of career and finance? We have the Hierophant and we also have the Four of Swords. So when it comes to career and finance, you could get some really valuable advice from someone who works in the same field as you. Or you could be getting some sort of opportunity through like someone who you used to work with, a friend, somebody who you could know that works like in the same industry, career path. I'm also seeing, for some of you who have been waiting on some sort of judgment to get paid from this judgment, you could be actually receiving that money this month. That's like a random thing that's coming up. With the Four of Swords and the Chariot clarifying it, if you've been waiting to hear back from like higher ups at a company that you interviewed for, that you applied for, you could be hearing from them like more so the 3rd week of February is what I'm getting. Like the 3rd going into the 4th. It could take them some time, but some of you guys will be either transitioning into a new job or it could be moving up in your company. If you've been waiting to get an answer back in terms of getting a raise or a promotion, that could be something that's happening too. I'm also seeing that some of you will be purchasing like a new car, a new vehicle after like waiting, saving your money. This is gonna be like a big purchase for some of you, or like moving into a new home. What's the energy around love for my Geminis? I have the Judgment and I also have the Seven of Wands. So in regards to what's going on with love, so I do see you guys having somebody who you've blocked, either trying to call you from anonymous numbers, or in them calling you, somebody from your past, you could be blocking them or deciding to not really entertain it, knowing that this could either be like sending you backward or that this could be too much for you, okay? For others of you, if you're not blocking, you may be initially very hesitant in talking to them because of the fact that you've experienced so many problems or challenges in dealing with them. So it's the question of, okay, if I do deal with this person again, is this going to come with issues? Is this going to come with problems that I've tried my hardest to kind of get away from? For others of you who are single, somebody here could actually be like blatantly telling you that they're interested in you, but you may be initially not sure if you could trust this person because of the fact that you've had challenges up until this point in dating people and thinking that it was going to be one thing and then they show you like a different thing. So you may have some things to think about, but there's definitely somebody here who's like trying to pursue you or trying to show you a level of interest. If there is any like issues within your current relationship, there could be this battle of who's right or whose perspective is the most right about the situation. This could be creating more problems than necessary. So try your best to focus on like finding a solution than feeding into some sort of like issues or challenges that you guys already have going if you want this relationship to be fixed. Okay, what is the advice for my Geminis that they need to hear? So we have the Five of Pentacles and we have the High Priestess. So money management is going to be key this month. It's not even so much about how much money you have, it's how you're leveraging the money that you do have and how much of it is going out while coming in at the same time. That's like the basis of anything, because you could make $10,000 a month and then, you know, be negative $12,000 at the end of the month still if you don't have the best saving habits or the best spending habits. Another thing that I'm seeing, the advice is to see your worth. It's important to know that you deserve more in situations where you're not being seen for all that you offer, especially at a job. If there is a scenario where you're working, you're behind off, and certain higher ups are not paying you what you're worth, it is okay for you to venture out and see what else is out there where you're going to be more valued. Same thing in terms of love. If you feel like you're going out of your way for your relationship with your person and it's not being appreciated, it's not being seen as enough, or it's a take dynamic, it's best for you to listen to your intuition and also your inner knowing in terms of what you know you deserve, and to remove yourself from any situation where it's imbalanced like this. Okay, what is the challenge that my Geminis may run into for February? So we have the Queen of Swords and we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. So just staying focused as a whole, doing your own thing. It could be a little bit challenging to cut out the things that are a distraction or the things that you just don't want to participate in. Maybe you're setting a goal to not drink, to not smoke, to not do certain things, and you're trying to be a lot more strict or mindful in terms of what you allow into your space. And it's the adjustment of it all that could be a little bit challenging. Also, when it comes to communication, that could be a little bit of a difficult one. So make sure if you're having any important conversations or anything that you have to say to anyone, that you're saying it over the phone or in person, not through text, because it could be misread or it could be miscommunicated quite easily if you're not careful. Also, you guys could be too quick to cut off. I see you guys are not playing any games. It's just making sure that you're not being too quick to cut off situations that may actually be, you know, not bad for you. And I'm talking about like newer connections where there's potential, but maybe you're scared to give it any energy because of whatever reason. Now, what is the... Oh, I'm also seeing burnout as well. Make sure you're not overworking yourself. Is another thing. Take the vacation days if you need to. Take some time for yourself if it's needed, because you don't want to overwork yourself. Now, what are you unaware of for the month of February? We have the Three of Cups and we have the Hangman. So you could have certain friends or certain people who you were really cool with at one point who actually do miss the relationship that you guys had at one point. This could be a friend that you hung out with often. You guys may have had like a really, really good relationship. I'm seeing like two people in particular who you could have had a really good relationship with throughout childhood or up until recently, but maybe you guys haven't been as consistent in terms of keeping up with each other or talking, or something made you guys stop speaking to each other. But these friends could actually miss talking to you or being cool. I think that there's also certain people at work who could be a little bit intimidated by you, so they could gossip and they could like try to talk your business, but this is more so coming from an insecurity issue on their end, and also them just kind of being stuck in a very limited space or range of conversation in the first place, where they think they got to talk about people. Okay, now in terms of what to avoid for this month, I have the Ten of Pentacles and I also have the Empress. So I would avoid stooping low with any family member, family situation, the person you may have children with, mother of your children, father of your children. I would handle it with the most mature energy as possible. If they're going low, you go high at any cost. It doesn't matter. Okay, just for your own sanity, just for your own personal growth, try your best to handle any family situation with a level of maturity. Also, when it comes to a business, making sure you're not over investing into it, like buying way too much product or spending way too much money without allowing yourself any range to like go in and change things if you like to. Okay, so just because you invest more doesn't mean that it's better, and you don't need a large investment of money to create certain businesses. Okay, and you might not want to do that initially as well, because you want to see what works and what doesn't. Okay. Now, when it comes to the outcome for this month for you Geminis, we do have the Death card, and we also have the Nine of Pentacles. So there's definitely going to be changes around money. You could be either making more money by the end of this month. There could be also this change around like for my Geminis who have a business, you're self-employed, you kind of make money on your own, or you're like a freelance person or a self-contractor, or I don't know if that's a word, self-contract or what. Anywho, there could be some changes around how you're structuring your business, and this could help you actually make more money down the line. Maybe you're changing the way that you're promoting your products, or you're promoting yourself as a whole, your brand. For a lot of my singles, there could also be some changes around how you're approaching your love life. Maybe you're dating or trying to date different people, not maybe your usual type. Or you're trying some different things around also like your eating habits or your routine as a whole. And this could be actually make you feel a lot better. Yeah, I'm also getting changes around like just daily habits that could be just make you feel a lot different. Hey. Okay, what is the advice? What is the advice from my Geminis for February? So we have Eagle, see from a higher perspective. So the advice for you is to see things from a different angle. When you feel stuck, when you feel confused, maybe you just need to see things from the opposite perspective, or just rethink some things, because maybe sometimes we're not able to see the full spectrum of what's going on. And as time goes on, that allows us even more space to kind of get perspective on what's been going on. Okay, sometimes when you're just in the midst of something and until you get out of it, it may take you a year to realize what you got out of or what was the bigger lesson in terms of the situation. But allow yourself to even be able to see things from a different perspective and be open to just constantly allowing your perspective to shift in the first place, because it allows you to what? Grow. What is the advice for my Geminis for February? So we have traffic cone, which represents caution. So this is allowing your intuition to tell you what's up, okay? Also being mindful of being like so on edge, expecting the worst of the worst or expecting the worst case scenario, okay? Yes, it's good to be mindful, but there is no need for you to like go overboard with the energy of thinking that something bad is going to happen or that the rug's going to get pulled from up under you, because that keeps you in a state of fear. And that brings me to the last advice card, which is into the unknown. So this talks about venturing into spaces where you may not be able to see what's ahead of you. But that doesn't mean that there's bad ahead of you just because you can't see it. And I think this is a natural thing that's a part of our brain chemistry in terms of us being scared of uncertainty. But I assure you, this month, even though you don't know how it's going to play out, you want to create the narrative, you want to create the story instead of just kind of being fearful, not making decisions, and just letting the unknown kick you behind because you're scared of it, okay? But this is what I see. I hope that this was helpful and did give you insight. If you enjoyed this reading, thumbs the video up, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.